guys? You are watching The Quest, and I am your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez. Robert Rocket Man Vasquez, dude. We're launching into today's episode. I was like, I'm going to do this on one take. I'm not starting over. Robert Rocket Man Vasquez, dude. Happy Friday, guys. Friday night, recording this podcast. Gonna have a little fun. Gonna wake up Saturday morning for some of us. Gonna wake up Saturday morning and watch the pod. Some of us are gonna get to it on Monday. Dude, you guys are awesome. I have no less than 20 views on all my videos, and that's awesome. Because that's more than 24 people. And 24 people are having a silly goose time. They're having a really silly time. A really silly time. A really silly Billy time. Oh. And if over 24 people are having that silly time, dude, we're rocking. We might as well be Kevin Bacon, dude. Now, I know that might be an aggressive statement, but we might be the Kevin Bacon of silly, dude. Cut loose. Foot loose. Dude. I know y'all are like, oh, Robert, we're supposed to have some silliness on this podcast. What is that jacket? What are you wearing? And I'm like, sorry, I had to bring some sophistication to this week's episode of The Quest. This is a peacoat, for those of you who don't know. It's a little plain white tee underneath, but it's a peacoat. Peacoat. I got it for Valentine's Day. Shout out to all the loves out there. Shout out to my love. Dude, the Comedy Zone. Let's talk about my Comedy Zone rebound. It wasn't that fucking much of a rebound. It shouldn't have been that much of a rebound. But last week, bombed. Bombed bad, man. Bombs Baghdad, man. It's such a weird spot because you want your jokes to be original, but you need the topics to be so general to where people understand what you're trying to say. Like, they're coming there to laugh. You know, they're pretty up with the mainstream media. I don't like to do mainstream jokes because I don't want anybody else to think that I'm like stealing a joke, or it just happens all the time. I don't want to think that I wrote a joke and have cryptomnesia, and accidentally write somebody else's joke. I don't like that. So my jokes are just off the wall. They don't stick sometimes because they go over people's heads, which is no problem. And, it's up to me to be able to relay my jokes to them and make it relatable and make it funny. I get that. But I did pretty well last night with jokes that I shouldn't have done well with. Oh, man. But there was a heckler, which you can go into what a comedian should do all day. It's hard to tell somebody who paid, to be there, what to and what not to say. If they paid and they're sitting and they're being respectful and, the Comedy Zone serves food, so you have to be able to talk to your waiter. So you have to talk out of turn, I guess you could say. But if you're heckling, listen, there are people that have been doing that, or doing stand-up, have been doing stand-up for 2 weeks at the Comedy Zone, and then there are people that have been doing it for a long, long time at the Comedy Zone, and they can twist your words any way that they need to get that laugh, and you're going to end up looking like a fool. If you want to talk to the comedians or during somebody's set, just don't. That's not a good idea. If your date is doing it, don't let dumb people be dumb. I know we get silly on this podcast, and I'm kind of going on a serious rant, and it didn't happen to me. I did my 5 and I got off. The guy didn't really mess with me too much. But there was a heckler there last night, and he was, interrupting. If there were 18 sets, he interrupted 16 of them. That's not something that you do. If you're with a date and they're doing that, you be quiet, you be respectful, and you listen. That way you might laugh, because that's what you're there to do. And this guy, like I said, he didn't really mess with me, but he just kept on. And so he was made look like a fool. Yeah, I think so. By Brennan Rainwater. I think I've mentioned him on the podcast before. Very funny comedian. But he went up there and he ended up asking the guy what he did, or in some roundabout way he said he was a day trader and was bragging about it. And Brandon, being a black gentleman, like flipped it on him, like, you're not the comedian, dude. You're not gonna be funnier than the guy that's on stage. Just saying. Anyways, let's bring it down, dude. Let's bring it down. I'm sorry I came with such high intensity, but I had a really good set last night, and everybody God, I got the coughs. Everybody tried to have a good set last night, and the guy was just heckling, and that's not something that you do. You cannot do that. That is not allowed. Get your own time. Hey, you sign up like the rest of us. If you want to be funny, he's like, I'm just trying to provide material. You don't let dumb people be dumb. You stop him in his tracks. For all you out there, if there's a person in your life that's making dumb decisions, and you're like, well, let them learn. No. Nope. I don't fucking... Oh, shout out to Zevia. No, you don't let dumb people be dumb. That's not something that's cool. 2 life lessons for you guys. If they're all talk with themselves, they will definitely be all talk with you. If they're telling themselves, well, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, and then they let circumstances get to them, or they let any excuse or reason in the way of them not accomplishing their goal. God, this is a TED Talk. I don't want to be serious. If they're all talk with themselves, they will definitely be all talk with you. When you need them to be there, how do you know that they're going to be there if they can't even be there for themselves? Part 2, you don't let dumb people be dumb, dude. There are people that have gone 30, 40, 50, 60 years on this planet, and they haven't been told, hey man, don't fucking throw that cigarette butt out in the street. There are people that need to know their place on the earth. Like, you're not above everyone. You can be checked at any given time. Woosah. Woosah, Questers. Sorry, I'm so intense. It was the topics. We're going to skip on. Thank you guys for being here. Episode 6. Episode 6, bro. We out here. We're in the 6 like Drake, dude. Where are my woes? What's up? No. We're going to get on to this new segment that I got. Since he wants to comment on every fucking video I have, we're going to do the imprint of the week. And this is a question he wanted, which, it's a fair question. It's nice. It's an alright question. I don't have too much sway in it. You'll see in a second. But this is going to be the imprint of the week. Imprint Jones wants to chime in, and he wants his little words spoken into existence. That's what we're going to give him. That's what we're going to give him. So the imprint of the week. What is a better dip? Fries in a milkshake or fries with ketchup? I don't know about you guys, but this is pretty easy for me. You do the dinner and then you do the dessert. You do the hamburger or cheeseburger or chicken nuggies and the fries, and then you do the milkshake. And you might even get a drink before that. I'm not too bougie, but you might even get a drink before that. Because I don't know. That's dessert. That's a whole separate thing. But ketchup and fries? Oh, sorry. You mean Bonnie and Clyde? You mean Ike and Tina? You mean ketchup and fries? Ike and Tina is probably a bad example. You mean Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan? Dude. Ketchup and fries? You're gonna make me cry. No better combination. Fries and a milkshake? What are you doing? You didn't put your fries on your burger? They gave you 8 packs of ketchup. What'd you do with... What? You're gonna piss me off, Jones. You're gonna piss me... You're gonna piss me off. Anyways, fries with ketchup. Imprint of the week. Done. Dunzo. Shout out to the peacoat. Let's get on to our question. This is a very fun part. I don't know how familiar you guys are with like the Sci-Fi Channel. I personally don't have cable myself, but growing up with a little bit, you had the Sci-Fi Channel, and then you had those C-list cheesy sci-fi flicks where the monster was like piranha, or the most famous one in recent years is Sharknado, where the sharks are in the. I've never seen the movie, but apparently a lot of people are in it. Good cast. So if you had the question, if you had your own cheesy C-list sci-fi movie, what would the threat be? Now, I've told you guys before, I kind of weigh out these answers at work. I get, a good read of the mindset that people are in. And this one stumped a lot of people. They had to take a second and they had to think about it, because it can't be something good. You can't say something good because it's got to be cheesy. It's like Planet of the Apes. It's pretty scary. You could say it's cheesy all day long. There's a reason it's not on at 4 a.m. on Sci-Fi. That's a good movie, dude. But Eight-Legged Freaks or Killer Clowns from Outer Space, any of those cheesy C-list movies is what I'm trying to grasp. Mine would be something, oh man, it would be like Witches, oh god, with black or purple, dark lipstick, brown, oh god. Dude, makeup freaks me out, dude. No offense to any of the women or men or other that wear it. Makeup freaks me out, dude. And, gotta be on my P's and Q's, but that's why you won't catch me at a drag show. For multiple reasons. But, I respect the craft. Makeup freaks me the fuck out, dude. I had to be intense with that. I'll tell you all the story in a minute after I break down the fights. I got story time. No, it would be something with witches, and they would be boiling me or something. Oh god, it'd be the scariest thing ever. People are like Piranha or Attack of the Locusts, sci-fi, yes, but kind of mystical and fantasy. I don't like makeup, so that would be the scariest thing. I'm alright with spiders. I'm alright with snakes. And it's oh, are you right? Are you alright with a 48-foot python? No, dude. But, the death wouldn't be too bad. It's not like he's gonna bite me. It's a giant snake. It's just gonna fucking swallow me. I'm about to make myself mad. Anyways, rats. Rats would be pretty bad. I don't like rats. A rat infestation. That would be scary. If you had your own cheesy C-list sci-fi movie, what would your threat be? Think about that. What scares you, but what's so corny that scares you? A lot of y'all motherfuckers, a lot of y'all, when you cut the light off, you run to your bedroom. What are you scared of? What are you scared of? Oh, should we break down the card? Is it time to break down the card already? Let's do it. By the way, I pull this papaka out every single time from the closet because you see how easy the door opens when Bean Boy gets in here? When old fat ass gets in here? When old Enzo gets in here, bro? That door opens so easy. So I gotta put it away every time, or when he gets in here, that won't be up there. We're gonna break down these fights real quick. Okay, so this is a sleeper card. This isn't for the casual fan to get super excited about, but it's got some heavy hitters on it, dude. We're gonna break this down real quick. I'm gonna put the links up to the probably to the two main event fighters. I'm gonna put the links up to two of my favorite fights from the main event fighters. Check their bio. Alright, first fight. The curtain puller. We're gonna go Andrei Arlovsky versus Tom Aspinall. Now, Andrei's been around before I was born. This guy, he's one of the oldest vets in the UFC, and rightfully so. He's lasted as long as he has because he's tough, because he's got grit. Get slept this weekend. Tom Aspinall trains out of Europe. I want to say something like Liverpool or however they pronounce it. He trains with Darren Till. And Darren Till's a big mofo. 200 something to do something. Or yeah. Dude, big boys. Big boys over there in England. Big boys. So I'm going with Tom Aspinall. Young kid. Andre, he doesn't have the chin that he once had. I might be wrong, which you guys know that that's a possibility. But I got Tom Aspinall. Next is Phil Hawes versus, hey, good luck pronouncing this one, Nasruddin Imavov. I wish I could fucking drop this mic, because I just nailed it. Nasruddin Imavov. Oh. I got Phil Hawes. Hey, don't have such a complicated name. No, he's the favorite anyways. I got Phil Hawes. Probably by knockout. Man, I got Tom Aspinall by knockout. It's going to be a smorgasbord of knockouts. Spell that. I can't. Next, you got Alexei Oleinik versus Chris Daukaus. Yeah, here you go. Alexei is known for his Ezekiel choke, which if you guys don't know, a rear naked, I'm going to demonstrate because I'm a master martial artist. Okay, so you're going to put the hand, you're going to put your strong hand in the fold of your weak arm, and you're going to put your weak hand behind their head, and you have their neck in here. So that's a rear naked. You get him from behind. Alexei is known for flipping him around and getting it from the front. He's a sneaky guy, sneaky submission artist. I got Alexei by submission. Not saying that this Chris guy can't roll on the ground. Not saying that he can't take him out on the feet. But Alexei is a vet in himself. So you don't want to go up against that and not be prepared for what his strongest game plan is. He's looking for the takedown, looking for some ground and pound, looking for you to make an opening, going to submit you. So that's a pretty good bet. If you're going to go to the table on it, Alexei Oleinik by submission. There you go. You're welcome. Now it goes into Charles Rosa versus Derrick Minner. And he spells his name Derrick, D-A-R-R-I-C-K. Derrick? It's Derrick, guys. I think. I don't know either of these guys. Rosa's the favorite. I think I've heard of him, but he's a big favorite. Jesus Christ. I got Charles Rosa, and he is picked to win, most favorited by either decision or submission, so he might be a jiu-jitsu guy, or he might just be a point fighter. Either way, the guy that Derrick, he's not supposed to win. So if you want to make some hella underdog money, bet on Derrick Minner. Nailed it. Then you got Caitlin Vieira in the co-main versus Yana Kunitskaya. Nailed it because I've heard him say it before. Woo! Heard him say it on the broadcast before. Yana Kunitskaya. Ba-boom. Oh, man. Caitlin is the favorite. Kunitskaya coming in at a 2.82. I mean, she's a point fighter in herself, Kunitskaya. So if you want to make some easy money, the women usually drag it out. I'm not saying there aren't a lot of heavy hitters. I'm not familiar with what weight class this is. So, I think it's maybe 115, 125. I don't think it's on the 135s. I don't keep up with the weight classes like that. There are some thugs coming up. Amanda Nunes is fighting Megan Anderson. That girl can bang, dude. That woman that would beat me up, dude. I keep up with the stars of women's MMA. Caitlin Vieira versus Yana Kunitskaya. It's going to be dope, dude. It's going to be a good co-main. Those girls are, they're out there swinging and banging. They're going to get all the attention because this this main event that I'm about to jump into, Derrick Lewis versus Curtis Blaydes. These are the two guys I'm going to have fights for in the bio. So, click. Click. Dude, Curtis Blaydes, I saw him in Raleigh. I told y'all about the show that I went to January 20th, 2020. Or, no, sorry. Wasn't the correct date. Let me look on this poster. January 25th, 2020. There was this restaurant, Abraham's, some white shit like that. And they had this UFC Fight Night poster presented by Modelo. I'm not getting sponsored by Modelo, but presented by Modelo. And they had it hanging up in the restaurant, and nobody was looking. So I was like, I'm snagging that shit. And I did. So I just had to check the date real quick. January 25th, 2020. I saw Curtis Blaydes knock out Junior Dos Santos. And he's known as a wrestlefucker. That's kind of vulgar. I apologize for that. But he's known as a guy that takes you down, ground and pounds, elbows. They call him Blaydes because his elbows are like razor blades. Ha ha. I don't know about all that. But I've seen him cut Alistair over. Anyways, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Two of my favorite fights are going up in the bio. One by Curtis Blaydes, one by Derrick Lewis. This is a hard matchup for me because Curtis came out and said, look, and I don't know if you guys know how the UFC pay works, but you have a show up bonus and you have a win bonus. The show up bonus is you show up and you make weight. Okay, now you got to go out there and fight. So if you win, you get your other half of your money. Say you make, like Curtis disclosed, he makes 100 grand and 100 grand. 100K, 100K, however you want to say it. $100,000, $100,000. So his show money, he shows up on weight, on point, healthy, no hiccups. He gets $100,000. Sick. Now go out and win the fight, and you get your other $100,000. Even better. And then maybe if you do it in a spectacular fashion, you get a $50,000 bonus for fight of the night, performance of the night, submission of the night, whatever they give. But if you don't win, you don't get your 100 grand extra. You only get 100,000. So you're getting 50% pay because you lost. So when he's labeled as a wrestlefucker, he's like, I'm just doing what I have to win. The difference between $100,000 and $200,000, I don't have anywhere close to either of those. So a blessing it would be to just go out there and wrestle a guy in Derrick Lewis. Gotta stop saying in. Wrestle a guy inside of Derrick Lewis. He's going to wrestle Derrick because he thinks that Derrick doesn't have elite style wrestling. Which he would be right. He doesn't have the same pedigree as a Curtis Blaydes when it comes to wrestling. But if you get Derrick Lewis in side control, which is, it's when the guy's laying on you straight, that's guard. You got your legs wrapped. You're trying to take care of business. Keep him in that. He passes the side control where it's kind of perpendicular, where he's laying on you and it's kind of like a cross. Derrick Lewis can bench press so much, you just basically gave him the out because he's going to lift you off. He's going to lift you off and he's just going to bench press you. So Curtis is going to want to stay in his guard and just chop him up with elbows and ground and pound, and that's what's going to cause the boring fight. But Curtis doesn't care. Dude, Curtis doesn't give a damn, dude. He doesn't give a damn about pleasing fans that aren't going to remember him after this fight goes off. And see, he was very vocal about that, and that's why I fuck with him. I like Curtis Blaydes. He comes out to Mortal Kombat. That was such a bad rendition. Oh, God. Sorry, I was looking for my phone that was in my crotch the whole time. No, I told you, I saw this man knock out Junior Dos Santos in Raleigh. I drove 3.5 hours. I drove 3.5 hours to watch him. And Junior came out first. Okay. Can't get flagged. Okay. I'm getting risky. Sorry, dude. So, who do I have Robert, get to it. Get to it, Robert. I got Derrick Lewis by knockout. And I know that I haven't really talked much about Derrick, but he's a beast. He's looking for that one knockout punch. And Curtis, he's fought Francis Ngannou, who hits, I think Dana said, the equivalent to a Ford smart car going at 40 miles an hour. He has the power of that, which, Francis, what are you doing in the UFC? You gonna rock'em sock'em robot somebody's head off. Anyways, he fought Francis. Curtis Blaydes fought Francis twice, got clipped and knocked out twice. TKO, KO, technical or not, knocked out by Francis twice. So he's susceptible to getting hit with those heavy hands. Derrick Lewis has the most knockouts in heavyweight history in the UFC. And he said in press conferences that he's been taking these last 3 fights very seriously. Other than that, he's been training for like an hour tops, probably a day. Like, you're talking about a guy whose athleticism and whose knockout power got him to a top 5 spot in the UFC, in the Ultimate Fighting. I got Derrick Lewis by knockout. I don't know how he's going to... No, fuck that. He's told me he's been working on his ground game. I got Derrick Lewis by submission. That's not going to happen. He's going to clip Curtis. I'm going to be wrong. And Curtis is going to lay on him for 5 rounds. He's going to ground and pound him. He's going to get tired. Anyways, it could go an ample amount of ways. Check that vocab. It could go an ample amount of ways. Derrick Lewis clips him early in the 2nd round or submits him. I'm going Derrick Lewis either way. Curtis Blaydes isn't making it out of there. You're only getting 100K, baby. Deal or no deal. Okay, so I was tripping during the question earlier because I was talking about cheesy C-list sci-fi movies, and it kind of went to like what kind of scares me. And so I thought I would leave on this, after breaking down the card, I would leave on a story time. Unlocking memories. That's what we're going to call this. We're going to call the stories, because they're memories. I'm unlocking memories. So here you go. So I am deathly afraid of makeup. And I'm going to tell you 2 stories, and then we'll get out of here. I'm not going to drag it out like I did last week. I had a couple shots, had a couple puffs, wanted to get out of here, kept dragging it along. Get you out of here on 2 stories, and then we'll be out. We'll see if Fat Bean pops in, and we'll do the damn thing. Okay, so I told you guys about Ruthie, and she had a house. It was a very nice house, had a badass backyard with a basketball goal. It had a jungle gym and all that stuff, and it was a very entertaining house. Ruthie was a busy lady, and she had to run a lot of errands. So I wasn't the only kid she watched. I stressed that in the last episode. We would all eat our cereal together, ride our bikes to school, yada yada. There was this kid named Austin. Curtis and Austin. Kids named Curtis and Austin. They were brothers, and I called them my cousins, mainly because I didn't know what the word cousins meant. But they were family to me, Curtis and Austin. Curtis was the older brother. Austin was the younger brother. It was this pair of brothers that were... Curtis was like such a nerd and had the goofy glasses. And then Austin was like the cool brother, like the one that I hung out with the most because we were closer in age. Very tight. Very, very tight. 4 or 5. Very, very tight. Ruthie had to run an errand, and she left us in the care of these probably 11 to 12-year-old girls, which... at the time, didn't really mean anything for me. Okay, we have somewhat supervision. Let's go play. So they start joking around like, haha, we're going to put makeup on you guys. And at the time, Dylan wasn't having that shit. I'm a boy. Which, whatever. Not going to get into that. So they wanted to put makeup on us. And I'm not about it. And Austin's not about it. Curtis is in La La Land. He's doing his own thing. So we're wrestling in the kitchen, because we don't want makeup on us, and they're trying to drag us into this back room, and they get Austin. They got him. Dude, oh man, I feel like, no disrespect to any war hero, those war hero movies, or those war movies in general, I feel like they got my man. No Man Left Behind, and they got my man. So I'm tugging on one arm of Austin. It's me, 4 or 5-year-old Robert Dylan. And I'm pulling Austin. I'm like, no! I'm trying to save my boy. I'm trying to save my guy. And these 2 12-year-old girls at the time are outpowering me. And he's in the threshold. He's getting tugged this way, and he's getting tugged this way. And I'm on the verge of losing my shit. Because I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know who he's going to come out as. So they get him. Very, very sad. The door slams. I go outside, and Curtis is like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I'm like, they got him. They got his ass. And so maybe not even 10, 15 minutes later, he comes out with them. It's the Powerpuff Girls. It's a band of makeup faced like threats, like a battalion of done up. Oh God, it was the worst. They massacred my boy. He had like blush on, the eyeliner, like the eyelashes, and the dark like red lipstick, and oh dude. And then like I had let them do that to him, so he was mad at me, and so he was trying to get me back into the room so they could put makeup on me, and I'm like, no. I hopped the fence. Dylan hits Springfield, runs half a block, if not 2 blocks, down the road before somebody finally catches up to him, because I'm not having that shit. Nobody's putting makeup on me. No. No, dude. Not without my consent, you're not. No. Okay. So that happened. That really happened. Scared the shit out of me. Don't like makeup. A lot of women influence in my life. A lot of women influences in my life have worn lipstick and shit, and I'm just, hey, no. Second story, real quick. That happened in Missouri. I moved to Cowpens, and I moved into this trailer park, and we had a lot of kids. It was an influx of children, and I was so happy about it because I was scared of not making friends at school. I got bullied. I didn't make a lot of friends at school, so I would come home into a trailer park full of kids, and they didn't give a fuck. Like, if you were somebody to play with, or you were somebody to hang with, you were cool, and they hung out with you. So we had a lot of kids. We had Tyler, Joey, Kip, Samantha, Haley, Vincent, Steven, Jasmine, Jacob, me, Lindsay, Kay, a lot of people, right? So we had Big Steven and Little Steven. Big Steven was like 16, and Little Steven was like 9, like the rest of us. It was like 8 to 11 was the range of our childhood neighborhood. So Big Steven had a Sega at his house, so we would all go over there and like play Sonic and Tails, play whatever Sega games that he had. It was just cool. He was a cool guy, wasn't too creepy, or so I thought. Don't want to spoil it. So it wasn't too creepy, man. And so I got my Game Boy Advanced, and not the SP, not the like the straight book that opened up and had the backlight behind it. It was the regular Game Boy Advance where you had to like tilt it up to the sunlight coming through the window because it didn't have the backlight. And I was playing Pokemon. Now, don't know if you guys got down on Pokemon, but I'm not talking about Pokemon Go. I'm talking about Ruby, baby. I'm not red, yellow, blue, whatever, green, whatever, emerald. Ruby was my jam. And I thank the heavens for Ruby because of about 5 minutes into this Sega story, it gets real dark. So having the Austin story in my like memories already at like 8. This is shit happened at 5. This is 8, maybe. And so we go over to Big Steven's and we're all playing Sega, and it's all of us. It's a majority of the kids. And he goes, "Hey, you guys want to see something?" Now, when a guy says that, I mean, what are you going to say? Like, "No, I don't want to see anything. No, I'm just going to close my eyes." But we were all just like, I mean, I guess. Well, what do you say to that shit? So he goes in his parents' room, because his room was in the back. A simple trailer layout. You got this, and you got this. And then you got the fucking living room. So we're in the living room, and he goes in his parents' back room and pulls out this VHS. Now, he didn't like blow it off with dust. Like, this wasn't too old of a VHS. And he pops it in. Imagine this. Boom. It opens up on an open safari. There's a picnic blanket in the middle of the safari. No animals in sight. And then I see three animals. One is like this cheetah. The other is a zebra. And the third, el tigre, is a tiger. Now you're like, how are all these animals mingling together in the wild? I'll tell you how. It was a pornographic tape that Big Steven had put on. Little Steven is sitting there with me like, "Hey man, how many Pokemon you got on your Pokedex?" Because we're just trying to distract ourselves from the freaky shit that's going on the TV. Why? Why is it a thing for gentlemen, young gentlemen, older gentlemen, to have this relations with sex? Anyways, so these animals aren't animals at all. They're people, body painted as these, and they're all like fucking, and it's like this 80s porn, so you know there's like that. Oh God. And I just don't. And then those two, and that was it. There was no chance for any kind of makeup. There was no chance for anything like that, of that nature. Because I was scarred. At that point, it's too late to turn back now, dude. No. I saw it happen to my boy Austin, and I saw that shitty safari porn. And I'm not doing it anymore. It freaked me out so bad. So that's why I was like, sci-fi movie? Yeah, witches with dark black lipstick. And, they're like trying to boil me after they put body makeup on me. Oh, dude. That's got to be the scariest thing in the world, dude. And now I've shared that with you. So please don't hold that against me. I don't like makeup. I don't mind if anybody wears it. Do your thing. That's your face. Paint your face however you want. I'm just letting you know how it makes me feel. I don't know if a lot of you join me out there. I don't like it when the girls are like orange on their cheeks and then like pale on their neck. You're caking on way too much makeup. Or bright red lipstick, or brown, or black, or purple. It's your face, dude. Do whatever. Or green. Oh, Lord. Sorry. I'm just talking out my phobias. I'm trying to get better at articulating myself and and going over what makes me tick and my pet peeves and my phobias and my fears. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for hearing me out. Drop your fears in the comments. Your irrational phobias. Irrational fears. Your phobias in the comments, dude. Be like an imprint. Just comment whatever you want. I'll interpret it however I need to, and then I'll make it so in the show. Dude, it's the Quest. And all you Questers out there have been soaking up this peacoat all episode. Oh, God. Shout out to Austin. Shout out to Curtis. Shout out to Derrick Lewis. The vids will be in the bio. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to all you guys who just eat fries with ketchup like a normal person. Shout out to all you comedians out there who deal with hecklers on a day-to-day basis. Shout out to all you guys who have pea coats. If you don't have a pea coat, dude, we're coming out of the winter season, but that's when you need to buy it. It'll be on sale. I'm not saying I look fly, but I don't not look fly. This is episode 6, and I'm scared of makeup. This has been the Quest. Dude, thank you guys for coming, dude. Thank you guys so much. This is so fun. This is so much more fun than I thought it would be. I knew it would be fun. This is so much more fun than I thought it would be. And you guys are here to witness it. Thank you so much. From the bottom of me heart. From the bottom of me heart. I love you guys. This has been The Quest with Robert Dylan Vasquez. Robert Rocket Man Vasquez. No, I didn't take any lessons. Thank you, though. Robert Rocket Man Vasquez. And we're out. See you guys later.